Hey, what's going on, guys? Victor Chambers here, back with another video. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. On this channel, I bring you up close and behind the scenes on my journey as a notary loan signing agent. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload brand new content. So I'm working in my office today, and just kind of wanted to quickly share with you about an experience I had yesterday as a notary loan signing agent, and I believe it's an experience that you guys will come across more and more often, especially as you do more and more signings. I'm at nearly 300 signings now since October of last year, and I think I've maybe encountered this situation last night was probably the second time. So I just kind of wanted to share the situation with you. So I got a signing. This one was actually through a signing service, and I called to confirm the appointment. All seemed to be well, but then the borrower mentioned that his wife, who was scheduled to sign with him, may not actually be able to attend the signing. And so he was trying to make arrangements for him to be able to sign on behalf of his wife. He obviously asked me if he would be able to sign for his wife, and I said absolutely not. Your wife has to be there. Your wife has to sign since you're borrowing together. And so a couple of days went by, and he mentioned that he was going to reach out to the lender and to the title company and see if he could make some sort of arrangements for a power of attorney. The day of the signing came, the docs became available. I had a few signings yesterday. This signing was scheduled to be at 7 o'clock in the evening. I had a full day of other signings and other real estate appointments. And so I was waiting to print docs, knowing that I might be delayed going to that signing. Now, docs were available. However, they still had the husband's name and the wife's name on all of the documents. And it was listed there in a way that means she would have to sign. And I'll clarify that in a second. So I hadn't printed docs. He was still working with the lender and the title company to get approval for him to be able to sign on his wife's behalf. Now, in this type of situation, the only way he could sign for his wife is if he was given power of attorney for his wife. And so it turns out that he was actually able to get power of attorney to sign for his wife. I think based on the kind of job she had, or something was going on, and she just wouldn't be able to sign. So they were able to get power of attorney. They submitted the document to the lender. The lender approved it. They sent it to the lender had to get the title company to approve it. The title company approved it, and then they issued a new set of docs probably an hour and a half before the scheduled appointment. Now, keep in mind, I was still, like I said, I had a full day. I was still running around doing signings and real estate appointments. Actually, this was yesterday afternoon or evening was real estate appointments for me. And so I knew at that point docs were late. I had to go home and print the docs. And so I set the borrower's expectation that, hey, if these docs do come in, I'm probably going to be late because obviously I have other things booked in my schedule. I had already allotted time to print these documents, but it seems like this issue came up. So I got home, I looked at the docs before I printed them, and indeed he was given power of attorney to sign for his wife. Power of attorney document was included in the loan package, and all the signature lines for his wife were updated to say his wife's name by the husband's name, who was the person given power of attorney, comma, attorney in fact. And attorney in fact, power of attorney language will be different based on how, various ways that it can be written, however the title company decided to do it. This title company wrote it as the wife's name by the husband's name, comma, attorney in fact. And so not only would he have to sign his signature lines, but he would have to sign her signature lines with her name by his name or his signature, comma, attorney in fact, all over the loan package. And so That's why it's important to follow instructions. Typically from, these title companies, they'll tell you, the borrower must sign their name as it appears. And in this case, that's especially important when you have a power of attorney situation, for the borrower, the person who has the power of attorney to sign as the principal, who is the person they're signing on behalf of, to sign their signature lines as the signature lines are written or as they're designated by the title company or whoever is drafting the document. So all the title documents, all the mortgage documents had to be updated to reflect the wife's name by the husband's name, comma, attorney in fact. And that's important for places where documents need to be initialed as well, because you have to initial in that way also. And when I saw that I would have this, have to do this yesterday, I quickly, just did some research to refresh my memory. I watched a Bill Soroka video where he talked about it and gave kind of a picture of what it should look like. I'll put that video down in the description below because it was helpful. I looked at the NNA website. Just quickly refresh my memory on a couple of resources to make sure I was doing things correctly. And so, again, they have to sign as the name or as the signature line appears, and then they have to initial the principal's initial, which in this case was the wife who wouldn't be there, the wife's initials by the husband's initials, comma, AIF, or attorney in fact. So that's how I've seen it done. That's what Bill Soroka mentioned as well, and obviously he's a credible resource. He's mentioned it as well. Other trainings and loan signing system and places mention it as well. But it's just important to follow directions. I wanted to make this quick video not to kind of talk about the details of power of attorney. Maybe I'll separate, or I'll make another video kind of following up to this to kind of actually show you what I mean, and kind of give some examples of that. But just really wanted to make this video to let you know that the more and more signings you do, you're going to come across these situations. Power of attorneys are, I wouldn't say they're not necessarily common, but even in general notary work, you'll have to do some power of attorney work, and it's important that documents get signed and notarized correctly. It's important for you to know how to notarize documents that are or that have a power of attorney. So it's super important in terms of being able to be successful in this business. Power of attorneys are used for different reasons. If you have a husband and a wife and they're refinancing and the wife has no way to sign, either she can't physically be present, or maybe she doesn't have any hands, I don't know, and she can't actually write her signature, and the husband has to sign for her. I don't mean to be like grotesque, but I'm just trying to give you some examples of various reasons why a husband and a wife or a couple may be doing a refinance or some type of real estate transaction, and one person may need to have power of attorney for the other person. This is kind of as in comparison to split signings, where sometimes the wife and the husband or the couple can't be physically present. The husband is in one state, maybe the wife is in another state and on a business trip or something, and they need to get a refinance done. They could do a split signing, obviously, or they could do a power of attorney. But obviously, when you do a power of attorney, you probably actually have to pay a physical attorney to draft up those documents. Those have to be notarized. Typically, an attorney who's drafting them and signing them is actually notarizing them as well. But just many different situations that you might encounter. And as a notary loan signing agent, you obviously have to be sensitive, flexible to the situation, but also knowledgeable of how to do things correctly, knowledgeable of how to notarize for power of attorney, knowledgeable about how to take the acknowledgments and the affidavits or the jurats, and do the recordings in your journal. And obviously certain states have different laws and different requirements relevant to this as well, so that's kind of the other layer. But like I said, just wanted to make this video to talk about this and the situation I had real quick. And not only that, the other wrinkle was we weren't able to sign at the guy's house, so we had to meet in the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot. We couldn't sit inside the Dunkin' Donuts, so we had to sign in the parking lot of a Dunkin' Donuts. Fortunately, I had my small little folding table that I carry around with me in my trunk, so I was able to set up a nice little work surface for us to stand outside 8 o'clock last night and do the signing while I got bit up by mosquitoes. But it's all good. It got done. Dropped off that package this morning, and I obviously don't anticipate any issues. But just kind of wanted to share that experience with you, and hopefully you guys will, this will prompt you to maybe do some more research, or go back to your training course, or your mentor, whoever, or whatever that might be, and just make sure you are comfortable with these types of situations. And the other thing, I'm glad I had that situation, because obviously now I can use it as I'm marketing, and as I continue to market, I can tell a title company that, hey, I'm familiar with doing signings with power of attorneys or trusts, or all these types of scenarios, and that kind of gives me, I think, a leg up on the experience that other notaries have. So think about ways you can use these experiences to enhance your marketing as well, and make yourself stand out from all the notaries that are out here. So just wanted to share that with you. Hope you found this video informative and useful. Again, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.